Hello, good evening, everyone. Danny Cruz here. Just wanted to pop on real quick to acknowledge I'm gonna have to carry on with the spiritual teaching tomorrow. I don't have the time this evening. I was in a very cool spirit session with a lady down in Florida, and I'm getting ready for another session to do here in a few hours, so I'm just trying to rest up some energy, eat healthy, of course, and you know me, I like to have my cigarettes too. So now I want to touch on the spirit session that I had. I do have permission to speak of this. Normally it is privileged information that stays between myself and the client. But sometimes there's just good things that need to be shared, and she allowed me to share. Now, I'm not going to give you the intimate details. I've noted to her that what this is about is the comical part of the spirit session. And I don't get these too often because normally I got to wrangle out, demonic spirits or low vibration entities or attachments that are onto people and do house clearings, right? So I'm usually busy doing that, but this one is perfect because it teaches mediums, because I'm gonna be straight up. There's mediums and people that profess stuff that is absolute garbage and false and not true in any way, shape, or form. Okay, that's a fact, because I've seen mediums take advantage of people, and I've seen them play off people's words, and it gets in their head, and it can actually be traumatic, and it becomes traumatic to a person's mind. And so I always keep myself in the real, present myself actually in God's eyes, always. I always do. So anyways, so this lady, she's a friend of mine here on Facebook. She lives out in Florida. And, she had a few questions she wanted to find out, right? And so, there we go. So there were some things that I don't think she intentionally, held back, because she was about intention. And so that's a good thing, because the intention was just to find out a few simple answers, and that was it. Well, she got more than what she bargained for. This is the beauty about being a real medium. Okay, so I record all my sessions. They go on an audio recording, right? And I play it back to my clients. And then, of course, they get all the clips is emailed to them, okay, for their safekeeping forevermore. Okay. Anyways, so we're going through the questions, and then all of a sudden a male spirit comes through, and he's putting in his 2 cents and saying a couple things, not evil things, right? But protective. Like it was a male spirit who was being protective. And so I had to stop as we were going over the audio recordings, because I didn't catch it right away in real time. And normally I got a very good ear to catch stuff in real time when I communicate with spirits in the spirit realm. I have those abilities. Anyways, so I go in and I start asking her, I'm like, okay, who's this gentleman? Like, why is he saying these things? Why is this happening? Why is that, right? So I replay, because she wasn't able to hear it at first, so I replayed it and had it on the loudspeaker so she could hear better. She hears it, and boom, out of nowhere, oh my God, that's my dad. Because I was doing something that had to do with her mom, okay? So I'm like, your dad? Why is your dad coming through? So did your father pass on? She's like, yeah. And she, tells the approximate time and when. I said, okay. I said, so now we're getting more than what we bargained for. Right? Because this was strictly about your mom. And here we are. Your dad's here chiming in. And he had a couple comical things to say, you know, and he was putting his 2 cents, and she realized her dad came through. And she heard her dad. And so I wanted to share that quick little bit with you. I don't like going into details because the sessions that I do with people are intimate, and it really is for them. But she did allow me to share this part because in the spirit realm, anything can happen. But if you know how to command and control, okay, now this is where you start mastering a 6th density and a 7th density. Okay, when you start learning to master these things, you know, you start seeing the spirits coming your way, right? There was a lady earlier on my Facebook page that caught it in video. I'm so excited for her. Amazing stuff. When spirits start coming in front of you and start showing themselves, you're ready. You just got to fine tune some of that meditation, that skill. The vibration is there, and you're well on your way. And so, kudos to the lady that caught that on video. I'm so excited for you. I'm so happy for you. That's just awesome. So the whole moral is with what I'm teaching not to be like me. Oh, I seen that. I'm teaching you not to be like me, but for yourself to experience the reality of what I'm teaching, because what I'm teaching is going to help transform you for what you want to be and what you're going to do and how you're going to excel at it. That's the beauty of all of this. Okay? It's the beauty of all of it. It's about you being your own leader and you becoming the teacher, the elder, and doing all this. Never have fear. Do not fear the dead. The dead bones rise. Okay? Just as Kim Clement says, the dead bones rise. And they do. And even if they were evil, you have the power to command them away from you. You have that power. You really do. And reading my posts, my spiritual stuff, is going to lead all up into that. And tomorrow, where we get into service, love, and wisdom, is really going to start helping, showing you those visions, but also the true guidance to raising those vibrations, really learning and taking in about reincarnation and karma and purification. These are all the necessary steps that you will learn and need to learn to elevate. And I'll be honest, anyone telling you that the earth is going to bring you into 5D is fake. Do not even listen to them, because they don't even know what they're preaching about. And I don't even care if this video even pisses them off and sets them off, because if it does, they're dark. They're coming from dark places. They've been tricked too. That's the truth. Absolute truth. You know, one of the oldest civilizations on our planet, okay, is even the red Native American Indians, or Native Indian, who hold also true, deep spirituality and connected to within the galaxy. Okay. What I teach, Theravada Buddhism, is the oldest religion in the world. It's before Christianity even started. It goes back to the 3rd century and still holds strong to today. It's the spiritual side. But even people who are Christian, right? Because Theravada Buddhism is Christian religion. It's just a little bit more conservative, I guess you could say. But even in religion, it's the same thing. You still are spiritual in what you're believing because it's about faith. Faith is spiritual. So, as we learn to bridge ourselves together, will we be able to harmonically advance ourselves as a race? Because we're proving that within each other. But if you're waiting and not going to do the work and just wait for things to happen, maybe it's time to start asking yourself why you are where you are today. Because of reincarnation, karma, right? People like myself, we are here for you. We love you. I will embrace you because I do not judge. Do not judge. I will always welcome you with open arms and always with love. Always with love. But we have to profess the do's and the don'ts, right? Not in an egotistical way. And being egotistical is not good because for so long it's good, it comes out good, but then it fizzles out and you get consumed by your own ego, right? So it's time to start learning to be on the one true path, because that true path is where everyone will gravitate to and where everyone will build equity into each other. Oh, wow, there we go again. Everyone will build equity into each other, not equality. And that's something else I'll talk about another day. I've seen politicians talk about this. I've even heard Trump say it. Equality is not the right word for any society. It's equity. Equity in humans is the true way and true value for every soul. Thank you, everyone. Have a good night. Tomorrow I will bring up those readings. I'll do it maybe in 3 separate areas instead of reading one big long one, because there's so much more information I want to give. I got to start breaking it down a little easier for you all. That way, when you read these, it'll kind of just sink in a little bit easier, and instead of trying to soak up all that information in one shot. But also copy and paste it, put it in your notes. I'm literally giving you my notes to create your own textbook. And this is true reference that you can always go back to and practice and use and put to use in your everyday life. Whether it's here in the physical, in the spirit realm, the astral, the heavenly, right? So, anyways, I've jumbled on enough. Have yourselves a good evening. I will see you tomorrow. Talk to you all tomorrow. I love you. God bless you all. Good night.